Jai Shrimad Narayan. Jai Shrimad Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvas. And I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi and Lord Srimad Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that are watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that are going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We are on chapter 1, verse 36 of the Bhagavad Gītā, and I'm going to go right into it and give you an explanation that I have not found in other Bhagavad Gītās by gurus that have called themselves prominent. I have not found this explanation, and we're going to break down this information and see how it applies to you. Because I stated that the Bhagavad Gītā is a chip that is embedded in every soul. The entire Bhagavad Gītā is a chip that is embedded in every soul. So when you as a human function in a demonic manner, you functioning from the Bhagavad Gītā. And when you function from a divine manner, you are functioning from the Bhagavad Gītā. On both sides, wherever you are, confused, demonic, divine, stupid, arrogant, whoever you are, all that is part of the Bhagavad Gītā. You are the active principle of the Bhagavad Gītā. It is only you that can traverse to the positive side of the Bhagavad Gītā. Mental illness, delusions, illusions, defense mechanisms, talking lies all the time. All these things are part of the Bhagavad Gītā. There's a lot of people around the world, millions, that do not want to confront their disease. Anything on the negative aspect of the Bhagavad Gītā is a disease. First, you have to acknowledge your disease. Do not defend your disease. You'll never get cured. You must acknowledge your disease. If you are wrong, you must say, I am wrong immediately. Don't take 50 other things and put it there to make you right. The Bhagavad Gītā does not allow that. Wrong is wrong and right is right. Tamo gun is an addiction, just like drug addicts, alcoholics and gamblers. Those that are stuck in tamo gun is an addiction. For you to recover from being an addict, what you must do first? What is the first submission if you want to stop being addicted to anything? What you have to do? What you have to do? You have to say, I am an addict. I am a gambler. I have a mental illness. I am wrong. Only then, only and only then can recovery take place. The Bhagavad Gītā is calibrated inside you to help you. But you have to tell it to help you. How can the Bhagavad Gītā help you if it is inside you? Jessica, always late. What you have to say to the Bhagavad Gītā inside you? what you have to say to the Bhagavad Gita inside you. Krisha, what you have to say for the Bhagavad Gita inside you. Vasan, what you have to say to the Bhagavad Gita inside you. These three people are always late. Always, always late. What you have to tell the Bhagavad Gita inside you, Vasan. Vasan, you can't duck behind that man. Put your eyes this side. I want to see you. Go closer to Najib. Right. What you have to tell the Bhagavad Gita inside you. The Bhagavad Gita is a chip inside you that is there to rectify you automatically. It got default settings. If you are always late, what you have to tell that Bhagavad Gita inside you? I have a punctuality problem. What you have to say? Yes. Jessica, what you have to say? Trisha, what you have to say? Because when Jessica is late, she'll tell Satish to phone the Guru and say there's a traffic somewhere in between the ashram and here. Is that admitting you got a punctuality problem, or is it a defense mechanism? It is a defense mechanism. If I'm teaching this Bhagavad Gita to the world, where the teaching must start first? Pardon? Where the teaching must start first? At home. And where's home? This is your spiritual home. So I'm going to advise you all. Vasan, how many phones you got? And how many phones Nadine got? Put your phone on loud. Put your alarm 2 hours before. Other people on time. You, Trisha and Jessica. 2 hours before. Put your alarm on. And then snooze for 1 hour. Then 1 hour before, jump out and get ready. Because it is a very, very tamo gun. Tamo gun. What tamo gun means? What type of people vibrate in tamo gun? You got phones, Jessica? See, right, check there, your Guru is not insulting you. If you are in tamo gun, that means you are lazy, slow, comatose. You know what is comatose? Doing everything slowly. You in your own world. You're not in the Bhagavad Gita's world. Whose world you are in? And whose other world? It is not in Bhagavad Gita's world. Whose world it is? Who represents laziness, sloppiness? Non-punctual people are sloppy, lazy, slow. Yes or no? So what you have to do? First you have to admit, I am in tamo gun. First you have to admit, I am in tamo gun. There's no excuse for anyone to ever be late in their life unless they are in hospitals and they are in traction. Hospital and traction. Your hands are tied, your legs are tied, and you can't move. There is no excuse to be late. Absolutely no excuse to be late. Car breakdown, you got Uber. Car breakdown, if you're doing everything 1 hour early, if you are doing everything 1 hour early, then you should be doing that accommodates for your lateness. Because there are other things in your life you do 1 hour early. Wasn't it you miss your flight to Mauritius? Hell, man! How? Every other thing you are late how you never missed your flight to Mauritius and how you never missed your flight back from Mauritius to Durban. Explain to me how you was in Sattubun when it came to your flight. How you was in Sattubun, how you could get up early, how you could, what you call that, check in. How could you do all of that? Pardon? Explain to the Guru how you went to Mauritius and came back on time. What it means, Pardon? What does it mean, Kisha and Jessica? Not on your, let's talk on Vasil, you and Jessica. Jessica, what it means on Vasil, let's point our fingers at Vasil. He was on time. He jumped in his Mauritius flight. Before time he sat there. And back to South Africa before time. Norman, you are neutral. Norman is neutral. Norman, if you can be on time for your flight, it means you can be on time for everything else in life. You can't be? You can't make God wait. Husband, your God was that airline. Your God was that airline. Which means you have capacity to be on time. So there's technology in the world for people who can't make it on time. You've got alarms on your phone. You've got alarms on your phone. And when you're on time, God helps you. God, and when you're not in time, God unhelps you, if there's such a word. So please, those three of you that got a continuous time problem, admit you got a time problem. As I said, me, the lowest worker I had was a spade boy. And if I told a spade boy, I'll meet you at a certain time, I'll make sure I meet my spade boy at a certain time. I'm not even talking about God. I'm not even talking about God. And if I can do it, and I've done it all my life, I put time first. I put time first. And then God will put you first. Because time is an emanation of God. When God enters the material elements, there are 24 material elements. As soon as God enters the 24 material elements, time starts in the universe. What happens? Time starts in the universe. And if you're playing with time, you're playing with God. What does karma mean? For every action there's an equal but opposite reaction. That's what karma means. So in the spiritual sense, for every 10 minutes you delayed in your life, you're going to get a 10-minute delay by God. And if you delayed 1 billion minutes, then how many minutes you'll get delayed by God? 1 billion minutes. So don't blame things for to be taken long if you take it long to respect time. It doesn't matter whether you're an atheist, you don't believe in God. This got nothing to do with God. It got something to do with principle. And time is a very, very important aspect of principle. You can't take time unconsciously. You have to put a conscious effort in time. Because if you are putting time unconsciously, it means you are in, as long as you are late, you are in tamogun, mode of ignorance. As long as you are late, you are in tamogun, the mode of ignorance. I'm not saying this. That's how your structure is. That's where the Bhagavad Gita is. The Bhagavad Gita, you calibrate the different functions of the Bhagavad Gita within you. If you act timeously, if you act principally, then the Bhagavad Gita will reward you accordingly. Where does Lord Srimad Narayan reside? Jessica, where does Lord Srimad Narayan reside? Where does he live? Jessica, Trisha and Vasan. Where? Inside? In your soul. In each one of you, the Supreme Lord lives in your soul. When you do something that is late and you affect another soul, who you affected, whose functioning you affected. You affected that same Lord Srimad Narayan function when you did something late in another soul, because Lord Narayan in that soul was kept waiting. Because he is the mover. You don't move. You are the machine. The Lord moves you. The Lord drives you from action to action. And when you kept him waiting for 10 minutes, you came late 10 minutes, he had to drive the other person 10 minutes later. How much of confusion you cause in between Lord Narayan in all the souls. When you do something 10 minutes late, how many souls are affected? How many souls are affected? Because whatever you do has a ripple effect. Whatever you do have a ripple effect. You are late here at 28 Dunstable Crescent, Reservoir Hill by 10 minutes. You caused a 10-minute delay around the world. So the gravity of being late, is very, very big. It is very, very big. Everything must be done on time or before time if you want to say you are spiritual. Spiritual people never do anything after time. Spiritual people don't do anything after time. Divine people don't do anything after time. If you want to be in the divine bracket, if you want to be in the spiritual bracket, then you have to be conscious of time. You have to be conscious of time. Time is very, very important. If you want to read the Bhagavad Gita, if you want to learn about the Bhagavad Gita, you want to be part and parcel of the Bhagavad Gita, time is very, very important. Like Jessica last week in a meeting, she proposed that Saturday at 3 p.m. we must have a meeting at the ashram. She not only proposed it, she enforced it. Yes, Jessica? Then yesterday when Avid was confirming, we'll be meeting at the ashram at 3 p.m. what Jessica said. The person who initiated this meeting, the person who enforced this meeting. What you said, Jessica? Can you see now how much of disruption that caused? I didn't ask Jessica for this Saturday meeting. Nobody in the ashram asked her for this Saturday meeting. She enforced it. And she couldn't be available. You think we should let these things slide because Jessica and I we know each other for 30 years? Or you think when you wrong, I must bring it to your notice so that we can fix it? Jessica, what do you think? Yes, because you said you're not available, I assumed you still in Joburg. I assumed you are still in Joburg. Even then, Jessica, if you knew the meeting was here at 3 p.m., what time you supposed to leave Joburg? Then who did you inform? At 9:30, I thought I couldn't find a cook. I was phoning you, I didn't know who's cooking. And whilst we're talking about cooking, there are about 4 families that asked me permission to cook at their house. They asked me personally, and I said no. Now you all cooked at home. What will that 4 family think of me? That you and I got an old relationship, and that is why you was allowed to cook at home. Yes or no? Satisfied? I'm being... People asked me, and I was blunt. I said there's no cooking at home. And then people know you're cooked at home. Then what they're going to think of the Guru? It won't go down on yours. It won't go on Mataji. It will go on me. So I don't want anyone to ask Mataji for anything. It will be a very, very big problem. Because I'm saying one thing and she's saying one thing. Only I'm saying. Only Guru. If you want to know how hot it is, you can ask Mataji. If it's raining, you can talk to Mataji. If you want to know anything else, you can talk to Mataji. But don't ask Mataji any ashram thing. Don't ask Mataji any ashram things. Only ask me. Then we got a committee that's provided, that's here. Is there a committee? Because the committee didn't know. The committee didn't know, and I didn't know, and Jessica is not answering the phone. People need to eat. People need to eat. How would I substituted that part? How could I have had a plan B? How could I have had a plan B? Do you understand? So it's part of the Bhagavad Gita. Everything is part of the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever is preached by me must be practiced by me. Whatever is preached by me must be practiced by me. Then it must filter downwards through my family and through the disciples. Whatever is green must be green for everybody. You see, there's one Guru. He said you can steal for Krishna. What he said? And his organization is involved in corrupt, in drug dealing, in gurus, self-appointed gurus, initiating thousands and thousands of people. It's corrupt because right from the start, that Guru said you can steal for Krishna. Do you understand? I don't want to start a corrupt organization. Yeah, you can't steal for Lord Narayan. Ryan, you can't steal for Lord Narayan. Because Ryan bought 2 drums of stolen diesel. Ryan bought 2 drums of stolen diesel. He thought he's helping the company. Why pay $4.50 a drum when you can pay $300 a drum? No stolen diesel, Ryan. Nothing stolen, no stolen spare parts, nothing stolen. Because the Guru can't preach here and then you go do the opposite there. If you can't tell a lie, keep your mouth. If you can't speak the truth, keep your mouth. Don't tell a lie. Don't tell a lie. You understand? All this is part of the Bhagavad Gita. This is why Arjuna is failing. Jessica, you saw the Arjuna in you? This is why Arjuna is failing. Why is failing? But look what Arjuna does when he is failing. What does Arjuna do when he is failing? He admits his mistakes. Jessica, on your way home, what you must be telling Sati, hey, that Guru, we were in Coke together, we were in ANC, we were in MK, and he whacked me. So you must say the Guru pointed out my fault. What you must say. That is what you want to hear. Don't cry. Guru will protect you.
Before I answer Guru, I just want to apologize to you and everybody else. It's just unfortunate. It's not an excuse. It's my mistake. It's not just me. Don't let it just go. I ran late. Even the request, I made the request now. Yeah, I really apologize.
Thank you.
And what I want to hear is that, or what I want to say is I'm looking forward to waiting about you.
Thank you very much. Don't you think that Satish, even before Arjuna, he surrendered. Arjuna took long to surrender Satish. There's a lot of verses here. You surrendered in one verse, which is very, very good. But always remember in your lifetime, you beat Arjuna. Alright? So that's what satsang is supposed to be. Yes or no? Yes or no? When there is something wrong and when it is pointed out, if you want to be a divine person, you must accept the wrong. Abhi? And your chicken thigh story. When Abhi had the drumstick in his stomach and I saw it splashing from this end to that end, on a Sunday I told him. He went home, he was angry, but he still came back the next Sunday. Then he was so angry, not with the Guru, he was angry with the drumstick, that no other drumstick has ever entered his stomach again. He closed the door on drumstick. Alright? All of you understand? See, I'm not going to live very long. But my teaching is going to live for lifetime. I don't want to leave a gap. I don't want to leave a gap like how I am finding in this other Guru who said you can steal for Krishna. I don't want to leave that gap. And if I don't fix the things between yours, is there not a very, very big gap, Vasan? Is there not a very, very big gap? Because the teachings that I'm going to live or leave is going to be undermined by you if you do not conform to the teaching. See that teaching left by that Guru. Who's undermining those teachings? I'm sharing. I hope you'll seen on my news feed, I'm sharing these things. It's not coming from me. It's coming with evidence. And I said, when gurus impersonate, then the institutions will stink like hell. Their institutions will stink like hell. So on the cover might look nice, but the content inside. So I don't want that to happen here. That is why I said I don't want thousands of followers. I want a handful of loyal, dedicated followers who's prepared for me to do the surgery. And I'm not using modern technology to do that surgery. I'm using hammer and chisel so that it must pain, Jessica. I'm using the hammer and the chisel, Vasan. I'll be monitoring Vasan and his punctuality. I'll be monitoring Vasan and his punctuality because he is the foremost disciple in this ashram. So things must start for him. The chiseling must start from him. Vasan, I'm not saying don't sleep, have a good sleep, but make sure your alarm is on. Right? Vasan will get so bright for years he might not sleep. All of you understand? So if my instructions, you give other people my instructions, and you say the Guru is like this, the Guru is like that, the Guru has that quality, that quality, that quality. Then you, when you confronted with me, you have to continue in the same thing you say in other people. Do you understand? Because you confronted me personally and you got a problem, you can't preach good qualities of me to other people, and when you confronted with me, then you change that now. My qualities are eternal. Whatever my qualities are, it's eternal. It cannot be changed. It doesn't matter where you fit in with me. Do you understand? When I give an instruction, that instruction must carry on and on and on and on, because my instructions are eternal. This is why the Supreme Lord had to divide himself in two. How many he divided himself in? Arjuna is Lord Srimad Narayan. And Krishna is Lord Srimad Narayan. He divided himself in two to clear the filth of humanity. That filth that is seated in your head. You can't be running that filth from the time you born until the time you die. You have to say, my mind got filth. First thing you have to say, my mind got, I can't hear, filth. Only when you say, I have a filthy mind, then cleanliness can start making its way. You can't bring in the past, defense mechanisms, all that stories don't work. You bluffed yourself for so many years in the back, you can't be still bluffing yourself today. All these defense mechanisms are lies. They lie to you. You constructed those barriers around you. But there comes a time where you get exposed. You get, and the Bhagavad Gita from inside starts exposing all your filth. Bhagavad Gita from inside starts exposing your filth. In this ashram, if you're filthy, it's a right place to be, because we are here to clean the filth. But don't retain your filth. Don't. The first thing you have to tell yourself, somewhere where no one can hear you, only you and Lord Narayan. You can't love Lord Narayan. He's inside there 24/7. No matter what defense mechanism, what lies, whatever you create and concoct, you can't lie to Lord Srimad Narayan. He's ticking off everything about you every millisecond. Do you understand? And all those things create a mental illness in you. Years and years and years of lies and deceit creates a mental illness in you. Then you become mentally imbalanced because you don't want to come out. You like this, that's why you are stuck there. You need to admit to yourself, I have an illness. I have an illness of perception. I have an illness of illusion. You have to admit that before the medication can start working. And the medication is Lord Shrimad Narayan himself. All of you understand. That is what Arjuna is going through here. All these things are read about Arjuna. Is it not his mental illness? Did he carry on to chapter 18 with his mental illness? What is it? I wanted to say Arjuna was the fastest disciple of the Supreme Lord. But I'm going to say he's the second fastest disciple of the Supreme Lord. Satisfy is the first. Satisfy even overtook Arjuna. Alright? So, this entire conversation of the Bhagavad Gita, how long was it on the battle of Kurukshetra? How long was this conversation? 700 verses. The song, the celestial song, this beautiful divine instruction that Lord Srimad Narayan sang through the incarnation of Lord Sri Krishna. How long do you think this whole conversation was? How long ago I started my discourse? This conversation was very, very small, about 45 minutes. But if I just check my time when I mentioned you when my discourse started, if you still want to hold the title. Because this entire thing was 45 minutes and see how long it took Arjuna to say, my Lord, I give up. I give up. I surrender to you. Because he's hallucinating. Let's read his hallucination. You know these false perceptions you make in your head, Nirali. Hey, that girl is jealous of me. That auntie of mine is very jealous of me. I got a car. That uncle of mine very jealous. I got a promotion. All the things you make in your head. Where you make it? They don't care, Nirali, you got a car. They don't care whether you got promoted or not. Alright? You see the soul. The minute the soul touch material nature, the minute the soul touch material nature, two innate qualities of the soul is exposed. What are the two? Soon as the soul touch material nature, two innate qualities of the soul is exposed. What is that innate nature? Hatred and desire. Hey, I can see faces looking at me and some faces not looking at me. But hatred and desire comes to life. Soon as the soul touches material nature, which is your causal body. Which body? Causal body. Your soul is housed in your causal body, the first body. It's called the bliss sheath or causal body. Soon as the soul is housed there, hatred and desire starts expressing itself. So what we need to do if you want to become divine, because hatred and desire, are they divine qualities or non-divine qualities? So what we have to do, for you to look at the Supreme Lord face to face, for you to look at Lord Narayan face to face, what you have to remove? Hatred and desire. Otherwise you'll never see the Lord. You'll never, even if you got one strand of hatred, one strand of hatred, you'll never see. In every action of yours, you must have no hatred. In every action of yours, you must have no desire. The only desire you must have is to be one with the Supreme Lord. Now let us look at the delusions and perceptions that Arjuna has. What verse you said? If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, what joy will be ours, O Krishna? Sin alone will accrue to us if we kill these murderous felons. So what is Arjuna in his head, what he concocted? A defense mechanism, what most of you have. A defense mechanism. When you use defense mechanisms, you are lying. Is Arjuna lying? Is he lying? If you rectify an untruth, can you accrue sin? Can you accrue sin by rectifying an untruth? So is Arjuna lying? Is he lying? Is he creating a defense mechanism in his mad head? Huh? Yes, he's creating a defense mechanism in his head. He don't want to confront the truth. Because he doesn't want to confront the truth, what is he doing? He's spinning lies as a defense mechanism. Don't we all do that? Trisha? Don't we all do that? Last week Trisha was supposed to be here, but she was there. Then she had a defense mechanism and she still got it. And she pulled the Arjuna. She pulled a Arjuna. But, Trisha, you will see what Arjuna do after he pulled the Arjuna himself. First he pulled the Arjuna, then all of humanity is pulling the Arjuna. Then I'm teaching all of humanity not how to pull a Arjuna. And Arjuna himself will teach you how not to pull a Arjuna. So don't pull Arjuna, because pulling Arjuna is temporary. It can be seen. It can be exposed. You can't pull Arjuna all your life. As soon as you pull Arjuna and somebody tells you you pull in Arjuna, you must pull a Narayana. What you must pull? Yeah. Alright? Then the next verse. Therefore it is not befitting that we slay our king, the sons of Dhritarashtra, for if we kill our kinsmen, O Krishna, how indeed can we be happy? If there's a serial rapist, murderer, and robber running around in your neighborhood, and Konazi sends his political task team to exterminate him, will you be happy or sad? Even though you knew him in the neighborhood, he was well known, he's somebody's father, yes, he's somebody's brother, yes, he's somebody's son, yes, yes, but if he was bringing horror into your dharma, into your righteous life, can you be upset with Konazi? Do you understand? Is Arjuna in an illusion here? Is his desire, for a defense mechanism greater than the desire for dharma? I'm talking to you. Is his desire to create a defense mechanism greater than his desire for dharma? What is more important? Removing a thief permanently from society, or leaving that thief there because he's connected to your bloodline? You understand? And I'm going to give you an example here. I have many examples. I'm not seated here on this seat here because I like it. I'm seated here because Lord Narayan liked it. Who liked it? So I never took injustice in my entire life. And I paid a damn heavy price for it. I paid a heavy, heavy price for it. It started in school. When I realized apartheid was wrong, I became an activist. I became an activist. I walked out of my wedding. I walked out of my wedding when something went wrong in my wedding. What I did? I walked out. Because I don't mix wrong and right. I lost many, many millions of rands because I did not mix wrong and right. I walked out of the police station in the apartheid time. In apartheid time, I walked out of a white police station and I stayed at home for 30 days. If you did not report on duty for 7 days, how long? The law was that they detain you for desertion. I stayed away for 30 days. And when I came back, all of this in apartheid time, when I came back, when they called me back, they asked me what grievance I have that they can rectify for me. And I said my promotion was being held. And within 3 weeks I was promoted in the apartheid time. You can go and research this, all my records are there. I was promoted out of non-promotional time. Why you think during apartheid, when I had no credentials at all, Jessica, During apartheid as an Indian, I had no rights to even claim, to even walk away from the police station. If they said coolie behind the counter, I had to conform. That was the apartheid law. That was the apartheid law. If they said coolie, that end, I had to run and say, how quickly, sir? Why you think they bent the police force route to promote me when there was no time? The South African police services had a time. The commissioner's office would say, SAP Bria, I need 10 sergeants, 2 warrant officers, and 1 captain. Then the station commander will submit a list for that vacancy which came from the commissioner's office. I reversed that. I made them promote me. And in our headquarters there was a white female who was handling promotion. Her name was Lieutenant Francis. I want any one of you, anyone in the world, I'm giving you names. My station commander was Captain Visa. That lady that approved my promotion was Lieutenant Francis. And my promotion came from Pretoria. After leaving, when that man called me a coolie, in front of his AWB family, I walked out of the police station. Why did they reverse all the laws to suit me, who had no say during apartheid, Mirali? There was no law in the police force at that point in time. I could not complain to anyone. Jessica, who could I have complained to? Dana, you was in the police force at the same time. 1988. Whom could I have complained to? When he said, hey, coolie, what you doing in my office? I walked straight out, jumped in my car, went home. Not home. I went to the bottle store first. Then I went home. And then every day I had a daily relationship with the bottle store until the station commander came back from leave. When he came back from leave, he said, where's Sammy Singh? He said, we don't know, sir. And then he phoned. And I said, it's too late now. You want me to tell a lie over the phone, or you want me to meet me tomorrow so I can tell you the whole truth? He said, come tomorrow, I'll tell you the truth. I went in his office, I told him the truth. When I told him the truth, he said, jump in. That policeman who called me a coolie, his name was Warrant Officer Boucher. 1988, coolie was the second name for Indian. I refused to accept it. I refused to accept it in 1988. Now I accept it. Now I accept it. After democracy, I accept it. During apartheid, no white man could call me a coolie. But I'm still asking, why did they promote me? Person, why do you think they promoted me? Sorry? I broke? I spoke the truth, yes. So that same station commander who became my station commander at Bria, in 1986, I was performing special duties at the beachfront at 1st of January 1986 at 2 a.m. 2 a.m. and 30 policemen together with me, Dana. We all went to Blue Lagoon and we celebrated a very happy New Year. Then we went on the special duty. So all of us were standing in the line, and Visa was a lieutenant, and he sniffed. Who drank? I put my hand up and I took it for the whole 30. What I did? Now look at God and look at karma. Because I got charged for drinking on duty by that policeman, Lieutenant Visa. By Lieutenant Visa, my promotion was held for 5 years. Then Lieutenant Visa became Captain Visa and he became my station commander. He knew everyone else that was drunk on that day. But he saw me take the rap for everybody. And when he was my station commander, how you think he respected me? Jessica, what do you think his level of respect was for me? Huh? I was, in the apartheid time, I held the key to the safe. And I held the key to the armory. Jessica, if I committed a crime, then can this discourse? Yeah, I left the force in 1992. Just check before I reveal something. In the clear. You're sure? Right. Crime number 1. Jessica is sure. If the Guru goes to jail, even if Jessica is not sure, the way she got it today, she'd rather see me put in a 30 years there. And then she'll tell Satish, hey, see if you can give him some buttercup in Wednesday. Okay, so I enrolled at a gym and I signed a contract and I never went back to the gym. So I was staying down here in Pampali Way. Some people knocked my door at 2 in the morning. They said, come. So I was going with my gun. They said, no, leave your gun behind. We're just going to Westville quickly to sign some papers and to send you back. So when I jumped in the van, they detained me at Westville for not paying my gym fee. Tanya? When my station commander Mataji drove to one of my policemen, Davis Mandre phoned Captain Visa. Before I reached the Westville gate, Captain Visa and his wife was there. Right? We all policemen. The fine was 2,300. That was big money in the 80s. Very big money in the 80s. So Mataji's sister's husband, he works there. The sister's husband's brother also worked there. So the brother was on duty when I landed there. So I wasn't really put into a cell. I was there in the reception area until the fine, that money was paid to the attorney, and then a release was. Where do you think station commander took the money from? Police safe. He took the money from the police safe. I got caught Thursday night. I was released 11 o'clock Friday. Where do you think I went first? Leader Street. Then I went to the station and I see everyone. We had white typists at that time. That was a white station. There was no work being done. It was like a funeral. In apartheid time. In apartheid time. Only when I was released, when I entered the station, did life come back. Did life. So there was one Christmas. Jessica is sure I'm going into a very Your six offense might have no bail. 30 years. Alright. So there was a Christmas. I'm out. Ryan, I called him out for buying diesel. He also got a thing in his head. I have to ask somebody neutral. I can't even ask Vasan now. I called him out too. Mango, you think I'm safe, Mango? Mango, you think I'm safe? Right, I'm safe. Alright? So, we had a Christmas party at my mom's place in Chatsworth, and all the mamas and mommies and everyone was there. So, my firearm used to become very, very troublesome sometimes because I could have it on my hip. It was a 15-shooter Beretta. Alright, and I put my one extra round there to make sure, right? To make sure. So I took my firearm and I placed it. You remember those olden days? I see everyone is interested, so be kind. I kept it on that room divider. Remember we should have the 3 sections? So I took my firearm, I kept it on the room divider. Then my brother Manoj, who's late now, he took the firearm out of the pouch and he just went like this in the room. So one of my mamas told him, hey, you can shoot me. My brother said, yeah, I can shoot you. He said, shoot me. My brother shot me. The bullet went through his stomach and came out from my cousin's hand. It ricocheted. So we found the police and I said, speak the truth. My mama's wife, my mommy, she said, no, 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 no. This is not, I don't want you to get into trouble. When the police came, they said, no, my mama and the nephew were standing outside and there was some fireworks and somehow they realized they got shot. Who gave that statement? That said, Mama's. And I wasn't happy about it. Alright? But they covered up. I was not in my own state, I was spiritual at that time. Being Christmas night. 2 months later, 6 detectives from Chatsworth. I'm on leave. I just started the taxi business. And my station commander, he said, he told me, Sammy, he used to call me Sammy. He said, Sammy, why you don't take leave and drive your own taxi and see how much money you can make and then put a driver. So I took leave for 1 month. On the last day of the leave, station commander get somebody to phone me. So I went there the next day, leave is over, I'm sitting in his office. He said, hey, 6 police came here to suspend you. Kuli policeman from Chatsworth. As I said, Kuli was a common. So I said, what you did, sir? He said, I told them to run as fast as possible from this station. So I told him the truth, what happened. So he said, Sammy, they want to take your fire. You got the safety. You are in charge of the army. Foresee what you can do so ballistics don't pick up that your firearm was. So I did my thing. Went to Chatsworth police station. They looked at me, they said, hey, it's just an ordinary, oh, you got a wet or just moving there for you. So anyway, we gave the firearms, we did everything, and we came back. I'm saying, why would my station commander risk his reputation? Jessica, risk his job twice. Once, he took public money and took me out of jail. Number two, he made me change some firearm parts, so ballistics couldn't show. Why Nirali was a man? And he was well respected in the police force. I think only now people will find this misdemeanor in him, what he did for me. Visa had the highest name in the police. You know the back of his police shoe, Dana? You remember Visa? He was in a dog unit. Yeah. You know the back of the police shoe got a small strip sewn there. Even that part should shine like glass. I used to arrest Rajak. You all met Rajak. He was in one of the satsang. We used to arrest about 30 people in the bottom of Warwick Avenue and make each other hold each other's shoulder. And in a straight line walk from Warwick Avenue up Winterton Walk into the police station. And they never escaped. As soon as that happened, you see Visa with his briefcase. He had a blue police car, Golf. As soon as he saw me coming up, briefcase, he would run, jump in his car, and I don't know where he would go. Because these 30 people, Rookie, they really screamed for their mother. And he didn't want to be part and parcel of that assault, you know. Station commander, people busy screaming. 182 Botanic Gardens Road, that was the police station. And I'm bringing myself in because I told you, it's not me who like to sit here. It is not me who ever like to sit here and give this discourse today. It is Lord Srimad Narayan. And I'm showing you why. All these things happened during apartheid when it was legal. Yet I could still carve my character in that time and make the apartheid laws bend for me being authentic. Do you understand? Vasana, you understand it? You think the Guru is ego inflating, or I'm bringing a relevant factor into this discourse? Because if you are dharmic, then you must be dharmic in every circumstance, not when it suits you. I could have been locked up, charged for desertion, but I decided to go against that. We caught a hiding from the security branch, and the security branch should pull no punches. I got tear gassed by the security branch. I got beaten charged by the security branch. And when I joined the South African Police Services, I got punished for 6 months. I got punished. They called me a terrorist because I went there from university. They called me I got punished inside the training. Anyone should see me, they say, hey, terrorist, give me 100. What do you think that 100, Jessica? 100 rand. 100 sit-ups, or 100 press-ups, or 100 bunny hops, or 100 bunny hops. And talking about bunny hops, so now people in the police station, we only had 7 Indians. We had 180 blacks and 135 whites. No brainos. I made up for the brainos there. Alright? Because I should hear them saying, hey, the brain carol is around. And whole Warwick Avenue should go quiet. Alright? You can hear a pin drop. So, these black members, they should ask me, hey, why this Lungu liked you so much? You could see his love for me. People could see. So I told them, I got a very, very big Indian muti. Big Indian muti. Alright? So I never collect bribery from outside. I bribe the people inside. So if a policeman wanted leave in December, I should just give the station commander to sign. He'll just sign anything. As long as I filled in. I was his clerk. I was the last man, but I bluffed them. Station commander won 200 rand so that you can have leave in December. And I had a glass on my desk. I said, put the 200 rand there quietly. I'll go give it to the Lani. You get leave in December. Alright? Where the 200 rand went, Ferrari? To me. But they really believed that the muti was working, and I told them, see, I'm going to prove now that I'm going to make the captain do bunny hops. They said, what? I said, my muti can make Captain Visa do bunny hops. I said, when I call you all, you must come and duck there by the window and you must look. Not everyone, just 3 or 4 of you all look and see. So I went in Visa's office and I told him, hey, Captain, your vetoes will add it soft in your training college. He said, what do you mean we had it soft? I said, you all can never do bunny hops. He said, what do you mean? I said, okay, just show me how you can do your bunny hop. So I went behind him. He's in the office, he's showing me now. He went down there and he's doing his bunny hop. And behind him, I'm telling him, I'm just acting like I'm saying, oh, but I'm not saying anything, but I'm walking behind him. And all those black policemen, they said, hey, this man, Muti is powerful, very powerful. Then, see this gardening and all that, I liked it in the police force too. So I used to bring my own flowers because botanic gardens was there. I had a way of getting plants and also trees at times for the station. I should paint the station myself. I liked all those things. These are natural in me. And Visa also liked it. So I told him, sir, I want you to come here on one Saturday in your overalls. And we'll send the tabletops, counters. You do it and we'll show our policemen that you as a leader and we'll get this community thing inside our station. So that Saturday I told them, see, I'm going to make the station commander come here like a laborer. I'm going to make him sweep, clean. They said never. So we all came that Saturday and you see Visa busy sweeping, busy mopping. How you think, how great was I at that station? You understand? These are just some things that we did. But I'm always going back that I was principled, I was authentic, no matter I had my liquid spirituality, but I never ever waver off the line of principle. Do you understand? See where the truth can take you. Malin? See where the truth took me. I shook systems and institutions that was never shaken before. And lastly, Jessica, you saw that 30 years is over. So they introduced overtime in the police force. They introduced overtime in the police force. And I said, let me test. I was the admin, everything there. All the admin was done by me. So I remember working overtime in April. I remember working special duties in April. End of May, all the policemen came, all the big old. They said, hey, anyone got paid overtime? I said, sir, only me. If the law was enacted for the 1st of May, Tana, you remember that overtime? 1st of May, when is your overtime payable, Vasan? End of May for which month? For May. End of June. Sorry, end of June, Dana. If you worked in pay, end of June. That law wasn't even out in April, but I collected overtime. Jessica, what did I do? I tested the system. Victoria endorsed my overtime. And there was no overtime. So across a whole lot of lines, but I never took a physical bribe from anyone. If you are drinking a beer and I caught you, I charged you. You understand? I did what I had to do. I did a whole lot of things. Some things I'll reveal as we go along. Some things I'll take to my samadhi place. Jessica, don't come and ask me there. It's gone. I'll never say it. I never reveal it this time. Pastor, you too, don't tell me how loyal disciple, how many disciples of your own you got, how many discourses you give in. I must please give some of my secrets. No. If that goes to the samadhi place, it stays at the samadhi place. So I just want to conclude. Again, I had to bring in why I'm seated here as a guru today. Do you think it's right, Satisbhai, that I bring in, because many people, we're creating a lot of enemies at the moment. People are saying our discourses, I don't know how AI is seated inside me, and our discourses are AI generated. Alright? So we need to be authentic. I gave Ryan and Avir, they are working to make sure that this discourse is transcribed, and then the book must be the total essence of this discourse that I gave. Alright? Please, Ryan, edit all my criminalities. Edit all my criminalities. Don't put my criminalities in that. No, leave it as it is. Leave it as it. Yeah, you can. As it is an illusion. As it really is. All right. Yeah. So we're going to end there. I had no intention of bringing my past into it. So if it came, then it's God's intention. It shows you that I was molded from a long time ago. If I didn't give in to apartheid, I didn't give in to millions of rands, I never got involved in any nefarious. Also, I suffered a lot. I was sick for 20 years. I want you all to know that. I was sick in my youth, in my young life. I couldn't get up and walk 5 steps. I couldn't walk 5 steps. I was sick. Medical science couldn't do anything for me. Spiritual science couldn't do anything for me. I was simply sick. And I remember MTN. When they started advertising per second billing. You all remember? They started advertising per second billing. I used to equate it to my sickness. Every second I was in pain for 20 years. For 20 years. Medical science could find nothing. As I said, they put me in a psychiatric ward. I escaped because I knew nothing was wrong with me, but I was sick for 20 years. So you think I cannot sit here and give you the truth? Rani? Rani, you need to see me after satsang. And you need to have a conversation with me after satsang. Rani, only. Alright? But I'm saying, I'm seated here on this Vyasasana not because I like it. It's because my Creator likes it. And that is why I am seated here. When I say I was sick in my youth, not in old age. When I should see somebody, when I should see Shyam and Sean eating a slice of buttered bread and tea, that was too far away because I couldn't eat for 5-6 months. Do you understand? So I did my austerities, I did my penances in this lifetime. And it's there, everything is on record. You can find this information that I'm giving you. There are people that are still living that can corroborate what I am telling. My friend Raja, I went to his house over 10 times with my 2 children. We ran without clothes. We ran with whatever clothes we had on our body. Over 10 times we went to Raja's house. Captain Visser was involved in my sickness. Captain Visser, he said, I don't believe in these things, but if you telling me it's affecting you, then I believe it. His wife was involved in my sickness. White policemen from SAP Bria were involved in my illness. I was very, very sick. I earned my way into this sick. I'm not some mystic from India that read a few Sanskrit books and can cook some food in a Western country and give some explanation on Lord Krishna. I went through the mill. I went through the mill. I know what is betrayal at its core. I know what is betrayal at its core. I know what is death at its core. There's Sean seated there in the back seat. One day he saw me in a room, so thick blood has coagulated. There's a mark here in my vein. I've got 3 stab wounds in the back. Rajak can confirm. Again, all my blood was out of my body. I've got Mataji's cousin who got metal in his body, metal plates in his body. I was seated next to him. Nothing happened to me. Do you understand? We met in a crash. 4 people died. I walked out. So I'm not just seated here. I'm not just happy to be on a world platform giving a discourse on the Bhagavad Gita. I live the Bhagavad Gita. I live the Bhagavad Gita. End to end. Everything that's in the Bhagavad Gita, I lived it. Everything wrong that can happen to anyone, anything wrong that can happen to anyone, I lived it. All of you understand? You need to understand, yes. I'm not worried about the international audience. You are dealing with me physically. When I get angry, when I'm reprimanding you, does it mean I care or I don't care? Because I can just let it be. I can. But when I see you are going out of our teaching, then it's my job to speak. Do you understand? All of you understand? So I'm saying nothing is a coincidence. Believe me when I say nothing is a coincidence. Asmika is always becoming I wanted to use the word rat, but she might get angry, mice in my experience. In the spiritual laboratory, Asmika is all becoming a mice is a better word, from a rat to a mice. Now what you get that those things? Okay, let's go to hamster. Alright? So she was very sick. Friday, Thursday. She was very, very sick Thursday. and Sean was 2 kilometers from her. And he wasn't supposed to be 2 kilometers from her. And he assisted her with, by the time away got, she was already in the settlement. So I'm saying nothing is a coincidence. Believe me, you live in your karma. Whatever is happening to you, you live in your karma. You either in 100% karma, depends where you are. If you're in Tamogun, you'll be in 100% karma. If you're in Rajogun, you'll be in 50% karma. And if you are in Satogun, you'll not live in karma. Alright? That's how it works. So Ashmika was in Rajogun, 50% karma, 50% God. We made it 100% and she is okay today. Alright? She is okay today. So I'm going to close there, but the gist of the discourse today, everything I said is what Arjuna is going through. In these verses I read, 2 verses, 3 verses, that is what is going in Arjuna's mind. This entire discourse is in his head. That is why he is reacting in opposition to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is important. As I said, if you go through all the commentaries, I got all the Bhagavad Gītās by all the major gurus from around the world, about all the Bhagavad Gītās. For me to make an analysis, it means I must read all the gurus. Yes or no? And show you where they deviated. I can't just say they deviated. So I read everything. You see many other Bhagavad Gītā, Shrimad Bhagavatam, people that I'm condemning, but everything is here. It's here because I'm finding out where they went off track. Okay, and I was a legal investigator in this country. I was a director of a law firm, not to physically defend in court, but to provide the attorneys and the advocate bullets that they need to fire to win a case. And I could find anything. If you give me an affidavit, Jessica, can I find it or I can't find it? Yes, I can find it. And same, that training for finding it in material law, now I'm finding it in spiritual. So maybe this we can call this Sri Narayan Dham and Associates, where we never lost a case. You like it? Don't come with all your material cases here, please. Only come with the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad. I'll help you there, right? Don't come with running to me for protection order. Right? This legal company won't be issuing you protection order. I will see very soon. Jessica, get ready. You might have a call from Ryan. Protection order. He'll need to be protected. Jessica, Ryan. I can see Ryan will be following Dharma. You catch it, he won't give it back, he will charge. He is following the societal law. Poor boy, look at his face. Anyone want to turn the camera? Are there any questions? Rami, before you go, I'll come and see you, right? Are there any questions? Can you see how the Bhagavad Gītā comes alive, how Arjuna comes alive? Everything I stated today on all ends, both negative, positive, neutral, is Arjuna's despair. This is why he is telling Lord Krishna this. What did Lord Krishna tell him? Arjuna, you must fight. What Arjuna is saying? He doesn't want to fight. Who is disobeying? Is disobeying the Supreme Lord's instruction. Krishna, blame it. If I ask you about last week, you tell me the Arjuna in me made me miss satsang last week. What you must tell me? The Arjuna in me made me miss satsang last week. Jessica, Trisha, or Trisha got a double whammy. Jessica, Trisha and Vasan say the Arjuna in me is making me late. But I'll only hear it for now. Alright? All of you will understand. Vasan, will you ever be late? Alright. Jessica, will you ever be late? Trisha, will you ever be late? Alright. You know what's the solution? Get up 2 hours early to be on time. Get up 2 hours early and be on time. Is there anyone, other people with the late tendencies here? Please put up your hands and show my other 3 people. Anyone else that's perpetually late? Put up your hand. Put up your hand. Right? Anu, Shivashni, you stand up. Let your father see you. And tell me which part of his DNA he recognizes in you. Stand up. You all can see we don't have to send Shivashni and Vasan for a DNA test to make sure they are father and daughter. Alright? Okay, sit down, Shivashni. No, I haven't seen Ryan late, Tanya. Sorry? Who? Malin. No, please don't attack my daughter. Not late. She can get me up at 1 in the morning. And she, yeah, with a defense mechanism. Dad, I gave show when he established. Straight away, defense, you pull the Arjuna, immediately, first sentence, Dad, I gave show when he established. But he still got sick. Jai Shrimad Narayana.